Arsenal will travel to Villa Park to face Aston Villa, and these are some of the headlines. For instance, Reuters headlines tells us that Arteta is optimistic because he said this trip to Villa Park is an opportunity for Arsenal. Therefore, in today's video, I will share some of the headlines, for this match. Therefore, I will start from The Guardian. The Guardian's headline says, "Wretched start to 6 wins in a row, how Aston Villa turned their season around." So this article tells us that Aston Villa's start to the season was not that great, but then they were able to win their last 6 matches in a row. So it's probably going to be a bit hard for Arsenal, but at this point, the focus was on their late comeback. For instance, their 4-3 comeback win at Brighton on Wednesday. The writer still remembers it. He said it was cinematic, while especially talking about Unai Emery. And then, I will read one of the paragraph now. Villa will move within 3 points of Arsenal if they extend their winning streak to 7 matches when they host the leaders on Saturday. Therefore, the question is, are they going to beat Arsenal or not? I hope they don't, because I really would want Arsenal to win this year's Premier League trophy. So when we go to goal.com, this is their headline: Aston Villa versus Arsenal team news. Okay, so the headline says, Unai Emery will be looking to derail Arsenal's title challenge when the Gunners visit Villa Park on Saturday. So the purpose of Aston Villa this afternoon will be to stop Arsenal from winning the Premier League title. Oh, that's depressing. Therefore, they made a few specific points. So one of the points they mentioned is, Aston Villa's record against the Gunners. And I will read it as follows. So it says, Aston Villa's excellent home record will clash with Arsenal's superb away record, because this season Arsenal are on fire. They have so many clean sheets. Their winning streak is also, it's impressive. As a result, the article tells us that having played, and I quote, having played on Wednesday night, both sides will enter the clash with some tired legs. That's what it said, because on Wednesday, Mikel Merino, he impressed us all by scoring the opening goal, and then Saka was able to seal the victory after he came off the bench. So they try to highlight that fact. And now let's talk about some of the expectations. The first focus was Aston Villa versus Arsenal key matchups. So Declan Rice versus Morgan Rogers. They said Declan Rice's job will be to stop him. That's what they said in a nutshell in this article. Therefore, will Declan Rice be able to stop Rogers from scoring? Because they also mentioned that Rogers has not been in his best form, but he's still delivering in the final third. So we will have to wait and see. The other one is Bukayo Saka versus Lucas Ding. I don't know how to say his last name, Lucas's last name. So over here, they are talking about the fact that it's going to be a bit hard for Ding maybe to stop Bukayo Saka, this fullback. The article says that he showed good impact in the final third this season, but on Saturday he will be happy to tuck in with his centre backs and prevent Saka from running behind. So they're probably counting on him. And the other one is Ollie Watkins versus Hincapi. So again, that will be a challenge. There will be a challenge between these two. So the idea is for Watkins to take on Hincapi. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these people's names. So that's one of the idea, because they're not even sure if Saliba is going to make it for this match. I don't think so, because Saliba is injured right now, and he will be leading the defend. He will be leading the. He will play as the leading defender alongside Julian Timber. So we will expect these two. So at the end, the article says that Villa, they're at this point they're Arsenal's nemesis, because I remember the year, like about 2 years ago, not the last season, but the season before that. I remember when Arsenal lost to Aston Villa. I think it was 2-0. Oh my god, I was so disappointed with Arsenal, and I was so angry at Aston Villa, but that's their job. And the article says Aston Villa always take pride in denting Arsenal's title prospects. Wow. And this is the world, the football world we live in. I mean, what can we do? And then the article ended by saying, given the Gunners, and I quote, given the Gunners missing personnel in defense, the Villans, cheered by their home support, will be boy to pick up a point. I hope they don't pick up a point. I really, 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 really hope they don't. So Arteta said, well, for what they've been doing, and this is according to Reuters, by the way, for what they've been doing, the way they've been playing and winning this matches, certainly it's a team that is in great form, and we know that. Well, that's what he said, and he continues to say, we know obviously the manager and the incredible job that he's done there as well, so we know the task tomorrow, but we always think it's an opportunity. And Arteta also said that I mean when he said, I don't, okay, so I want to know what the question was, because his response is, I don't know. I think when you look at Unai, his career, his motivation level, everywhere there has been an impact that is done, it's always been remarkable. So let's go back. Arsenal, they draw 2-2 in the middle last season, and there is a suggestion that Emre is even more motivated against the club. I mean, that decided he was not for them. Oh, okay. So that's a question for him, but in my opinion, he never needs anything extra. I think he's good enough in himself. Okay, so they ask him about Unai Emre. And then when he was asked about Mosquera's injury, because the headlines are saying that it's more complicated. He was also coy about Declan Rice. I mean, that's what the article says. Arteta's response was, every hour is going to be very important to see the availability of players. So he did not give away anything. And then, of course, when it comes to Leandro Trossard and William Saliba, his response was, it's a matter of days with these two for sure. So they're probably going to be back very soon. So at the end, Arteta said, the only thing I can say is that whenever it's possible to help and give the players an extra day or hours to fulfill their maximum potential, let's do it. That's it. We're ready for tomorrow's game. That's for sure. And I wish Arsenal all the best. That's all I'm going to say.